everyone, Zedre. What is up? Today I'm going to be showing you, finally, how to make those horns. First, obviously, you're going to need your clay. To get curved horns, I always use these. These are like meant for fake flowers so that you can make like wreaths and stuff. Green styrofoam, white styrofoam, it doesn't really make a difference. Get one of these and cut it in half and we'll start from there. You can also get one of these guys, one of the bigger ones to use like that. Just, you know, keep in mind what you want from your horns, because these horns, if I cut it right there, like in half, you can see that that curve is a lot more intense than this curve. It's kind of gentler and bigger. So just keep in mind for what you want for your horn. If you want to make little nubby guys like this, blocks. So you can get these blocks. You can get all of the styrofoam at the dollar store, Michael's, Walmart, Joann's, lots of other places. Anywhere that sells like crafts or anything like that, you can probably find them. Some places have that really, really dark styrofoam that's like squishy, where if you push it and it imprints your finger. You don't want that. It's just harder to hold together, harder to paint, harder to keep from just crumbling all over the place when you're wearing it. They're gonna crumble all over the place when we're shaving them, but that's okay. That's what we want. Well, it's not what we want, but it's manageable. The serrated edge is what you want for cutting these. It's just gonna work better. I'm gonna recommend doing it over like a paper or a plastic bag or something like that, because styrofoam goes everywhere. It really does. Doesn't matter how much you try to contain it. Like one time I tried doing it where I literally had my face like in the bag, just scraping off as little as I could, and it's still styrofoam everywhere. It's styrofoam. And because of that, I'm gonna recommend doing this. This is a bandana, and I'm going to cover my air holes, my nose, and my mouth, because breathing in styrofoam can be toxic. We don't want to breathe in anything that's not air. Obviously, if you're younger, my younger audience, please, please, please be careful. Ask your parents if you're even allowed to do this, or have them help you, because knives are scary. Okay, my hair is up and we are doing this. We're putting on a mask just for our safety. I always like to start at the base and keep it a wide, flatter base. Like this one has a flatter edge than the top one. So we're gonna keep the base as flat as we can, and we're just gonna start like maybe halfway up the horn and start sharpening it. It should end right about there. So that's the goal. Remember, you are taking things away from what you want to be there. So if you want to have a ribbed thing, don't shave it down into the exact shape that you want it first. Do the ribbed as much as you can. So when I'm talking about the ribbed, I'm talking about these things. So do those, cut them in first, just very gently, and then start shaving around them. Go in now and sharpen that tip right there, make it as pointy as possible, and then try to just kind of smooth out any bumps that I've gotten from the shave, like the knife getting caught. Just try to smooth it out as much as I can, and then I'm gonna go try to make the other one as equal as possible. Your shape. This is a totally optional step of just like protecting your things, kind of protecting the texture of them and keeping them a little bit more flat and easier to paint and stuff like that, so it doesn't look like bumpy styrofoam when you go to paint them. I use liquid latex. This is completely optional. Your paint will smooth down the stuff on its own, but I use liquid latex as well because it's easier to adhere something coated in latex to your forehead rather than just plain up styrofoam. I'm just gonna take my liquid latex. I'm gonna dip a brush that I don't care about, a paintbrush that I could live without. You're gonna take a paintbrush that you don't really care about and that you're willing to throw away after, and you're gonna take your latex and you are gonna coat this entire thing, both of them, in latex, including the bottom. Make sure that you get the bottom and make sure that it's like in the pores and stuff. If you use green styrofoam, so if you use these, the grain is a little bit more like spread out. So you're gonna definitely need latex if you're using green styrofoam. The reason that I suggest coating your horns in latex is because styrofoam has holes in it, right? It's a grainy, holy substance. The latex is gonna fill up those holes and make it more of a solid surface so that you're not losing as much paint in those holes. So the latex is gonna fill up the holes and you're gonna have more of a complete surface and you can paint it a lot more easy. Coating my horns in latex. They both have 2 layers each. It makes them a little bit heavier, but in the long run, I think it's way, way worth it. So they kind of look like little bananas right now. That's okay. So what we are going to do now is I'm going to show you what you need for applying them. If I were going to paint my horns, I use just regular acrylic paints. Use a brush that you don't care about because styrofoam is probably still going to manage to somehow wind its way up in your brush. So what you're going to need is one of these little white triangular sponges, and as an adhesive, as an extra adhesive to get it sticking on in the right places, I'm going to recommend either Pros-Aid or liquid latex. The difference between these two is Pros-Aid is a far stronger adhesive. Pros-Aid is a little bit more expensive because you can get these bottles of cheap Halloween store like latex for fairly cheap price. This is a very, very strong adhesive. If it winds up in your hair or your eyebrows, you're in big trouble. It also is fairly hard to remove from the skin afterwards without a Pros-Aid remover such as this. So just be wary if you use Pros-Aid. It is going to work significantly better than liquid latex. It smells better. It just is better. Liquid latex will work. However, the method that I like to stick them on with the most is to actually use a bit of 3rd degree. 3rd degree is my choice of substance to mold the edges down so that it looks like it's coming out of my forehead. You can use scar wax. I just have a personal vendetta against scar wax. Scar wax is my worst enemy. Scar wax. And then you're gonna need sculpting tools. I have little spatula-y boys, and that's what I like to use. You can also use popsicle sticks. If you like break a popsicle stick in half, you get a really nice edge, and you can totally use that as well. Up to you. So we're gonna start by taking the horn. I'm gonna just choose this one, and I'm gonna decide where I want it to go. Oh, one more thing that I forgot to mention that you're gonna want to have is petroleum jelly, aka Vaseline. So I put lots of Vaseline in my hairline right here, and I put Vaseline in my eyebrow as well. And so we're all protected. All right, so this is my 3rd degree. Gonna take a teeny tiny scoop of this and a teeny tiny scoop of that, and I'm gonna mix it together on a separate thing. Do not ever cross-contaminate your part A with your part B. My spatula is now a mixture of part A and part B of my 3rd degree. I'm going to take my horn now. I'm just going to place it right there on the bottom. And I'm going to spread it around just a little bit so it's got a little good coverage, but I still want it to be like right in the center, if that makes sense. And then I'm going to take my Prozade, shake, 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 dip, dip in the Prozade, and I'm going to dab it all around the edge of where I haven't put the 3rd degree, and you're going to stick it on exactly where you want it. So I'm sticking it on right there. Boop. And now we're going to hold it here and we're going to push down. You're going to mix another batch of the 3rd degree. Don't make too much. Just make enough so that you can, you know, keep adding to it, because if you make too much, it's going to dry up and not be workable and you will have wasted some 3rd degree or scar wax, but scar wax doesn't dry up like that. I got a good amount of gunk on my thingy. I'm going to take it. We're going to go right on the edge here of where the prosthetic is. We're going to push it underneath as much as we can. We're just trying to fill up that gap between the horn and the skin to make it look like it's flush with our skin. And that is all that I have for you today. I hope you enjoy your horns. I hope you have so much fun with it. I know that I have fun with all of the horns that I make. And thank you so much for watching. Make sure to check out my Instagram and my TikTok. And thank you for watching how to make horns. Woohoo! My friend from makeup camp a million years ago made her own makeup brand, and it's called Vanity, and it's these little cute bottles. I love them. They're amazing, and they've got little roller tips for you to put the gloss on. So basically, if you DM her on her Instagram or anything like that, you can choose like what stone you want at the bottom. So this one has tiger eye at the bottom, and this one has obsidian at the bottom, and you can choose if you want rose petals in it. You can choose if you want shimmer or not, and most importantly, it's based off of essential oils. So I have one that's lavender and one that's peppermint. She's got tons and tons and tons of flavors to choose from, and they're all essential oils, natural. It's amazing. She's super, super cool. I'm super excited to have these, and they feel so good on my lips, and like smelling the lavender when I go to bed is so relaxing. I absolutely love it. I'm going to be tagging her Instagram down in the description because she's amazing, and her special effects makeup is out of this world. And now she's got a brand of makeup, and I think that's phenomenal, and I think we should all help out my homegirl and order some of these beautiful things. They come with cute little tags. My tag says Nicolette, apply it, own it, achieve it, and that's her little logo for her little slogan for her brand. So I think she's phenomenal.